I know I did see that's such a cool, feature that you do for, your followers because it's like the people that you network with can open up doors and opportunities for you.
Yeah.
So that's great. All right, we'll start with our first question. And I think that the question is what does your why does it matter? Like, well, what is this? How is this going to help in your process of getting recruited? Like, how important are these highlight videos? And we stress this enough with, our students, athletes, and how, I'm sure a lot of them already have been trying to put highlight videos together. I myself have put highlight videos together for my little
Yeah.
ones. Why does it matter? And what are the significance behind these highlight videos?
So basically, I'd say, like, in today's world, as Julio mentioned, COVID, like, everything is so more mobile now. Coaches have really transitioned and found out that they don't need to use their budget as much traveling to, like, events. Of course, they still do. They're going to go to tournaments, and I'm not saying they don't, but they definitely utilize the online platforms way more nowadays in terms of YouTube and, like, the NCSA profiles and just all the facts that they can get on digitally before they come see you live in person. So your highlight video is basically, one, your first impression, and two, it's a marketing tool to sell yourself, which sounds a little weird, but the way you need to view your recruiting process is you're trying to get a job position. You are trying to have a coach hire you to basically work for him and to get money. So if you are really thinking of it and you're looking at it, it's a weird perspective, but that's really what it is. And your highlight video is basically kind of like your resume. It's what is going to get a coach's interest and keep him interested into continuing to recruit you.
Yeah, yeah, that is right. Basically covered everything.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be like a story or like a hype video. It's mainly supposed to tell him immediately what level you can play at. So, like, if you're ECNL, if you're MLS Next, where are you? Even if you're a high school player, that's okay. Like, we've helped high school players who only play high school soccer get into a D1 offer. So don't ever think like, oh, I play at a lower level. The level matters, but at the same time, it really doesn't matter. It matters about you and how you play. So how you market yourself and how you showcase how much you care and how professional you are about your recruiting process is going to translate into how professional you're going to be on this coach's roster.
Yeah, and I mean when that coach opened that highlight video, he's able to see if that player is the type of player that he's looking for based on what he needs for the upcoming year, or whatever year he's trying to recruit for. So basically, it's opening the door for you to start talking to that coach, for you to start being recruited.
Yeah, it gets you in the door. It gets you noticed, and it just keeps them interested, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And would you say that like coaches really use this tool as a way to determine, like you're saying, like obviously they're looking for a certain type of style of play.
Oh, yeah.
This would be a huge factor on their recruitment, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. Especially, like I said before, it's through a highlight. What happens when coaches are trying to recruit, especially coaches that are being successful, is they're trying to mirror whatever a certain player did successfully in his roster previously. They're trying to mirror if that player, let's say, they had a center back that athleticism that was very athletic, and it was a player that was all conference, all American. Well, if that player is 6 foot, if that player quality was long balls, headers, he's trying to emulate, find a player that's very similar, because he knows that at that level, that type of player will be successful. And the only way for him to do that in a fast way to save time, and I mean, just to see the players through a highlight video, it's very quick. You can open a highlight video and see that the player is 6 foot. He plays at MLS Next. He at the first minute, he sees a lot of long balls. He sees a lot of headers. He already can make a decision right there in 1 minute, instead of having to fly to see the kid in the other side of the country.
Perfect. And I know that we talked about, what should be in a video. Like, what are the main points that, you should have in your video. So obviously we have like the intro with your name. I've seen some of your highlight videos that you have like the first few seconds with like all the important statistics. Like what are some important stats that they should definitely have in the first few seconds?
Yeah, so I have a whole slide that will also cover this as well. But basically, if you're not going to use a service like us, that's totally fine, and you want to just like make it at home, we 100% like encourage you to make your own highlight video. But if on the title slide, it should be very immediate and straight to the point. Coaches aren't looking for like a Bible on your title slide. They want it to be within 15 seconds, like quick information, immediate that they need right away. Like Julio said, if he's looking for a center back and he can't see that you're a center back easily on your title slide because you have like all of your accolades and achievements and everything on there, honestly, a coach might be like, this is too hard, I'm going to the next one. Like time.
Some people they
don't care. Like they're going to the next one if it's too hard for them. So to answer the question, name, height, weight, position, class, GPA, club, GPA, like the immediate essential necessities that a coach would need to know. And then typically what I tell athletes is, if you want all of those accolades, accomplishments, everything else, that's totally fine. Just put it in the email because he's going to read your email, and then usually the highlight video link is at the bottom. So he'll click it and he'll see you play. So just put everything else in your email. Again,
the highlight video is to open the door. He can see that you can play at the level that he needs you to. He can see that you have the qualities that he needs you to, based, like I say, on previous successful players that they had. And that's the type of player that they're looking to recruit. Once they see you playing, which with the highlight video, then they can start looking into more things. They can start looking into, how did he take, I don't know, I'll give you like the most bland example is like, did he take AP classes?
Yeah, is he a good student? What's his GPA? Like immediately they're not going to be looking like too deeply into it right off the bat. You know, like if you're a freshman and this is the first time you're emailing a coach, like he doesn't know you. Like he has no idea who you are. So he needs to first see, are you like a position I'm recruiting? Because they might not be recruiting center backs right now, you know? So you might not get a reply for a little bit, but maybe in a couple months after the recruiting kind of has shifted a little bit, now he is recruiting a center back because maybe
a player got hurt.
Or money troubles. It happens all the time. So also follow up all the time. But like, he needs to just know, first of all, what can fit his needs, and then he'll look deeper into classes, GPA,
and other stuff,
things like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, we'll go on with question number 2. We kind of already touched a lot about it, but what do coaches look for exactly? And I know we already touched base on a lot of that, but if you want to, maybe something that we didn't really cover, you can go ahead and touch base on that.
Yeah. So a big thing as well is coaches, when they are watching your highlight video, they want to look for everything that they need for their roster, but they're also looking at how do you react to mistakes, or how do you transition when you make the pass. Recently, I actually made a highlight video for somebody, and as I'm putting his clips together, he's making a pass and then he just stood still and he didn't move anymore. So I'm not a coach, but I've been doing this for a very long time, and my husband is a U.S. national team employee, so I know a lot, and I know that if you make a pass and you don't move and you just kind of look like you stopped, that might be a bad thing for a coach. So they're looking at all the good things you're doing, but they're also kind of in the back of their head, they're looking at, he didn't continue his run, or maybe that's not what I'm looking for. So they are looking for body language, soccer IQ, how you read the game, things like that. A lot of position-specific skills, where as you can see, below, we'll go into what each position should be showing. And then the angle and the clarity of the footage. So you guys have VO and Trace, I'm assuming, for the club?
Yes, all the different ones that we have are like Huddle, VO, Trace. Is there anything else that I'm missing you guys want to throw in the chat? But those are the main ones that we use at our club.
Okay, yeah. So the VO footage, the up high stuff is exactly what they're looking for, because they need to see where you are positioned on the field in relation to the ball. One thing I will point out is if you have Trace, Trace has this feature where it can like zoom in on the player.
Don't
It's
use that.
horrible for recruiting.
Don't use
Please,
that.
please don't use that. Make sure you can see the full field, because a coach, if Trace is, and some people give us this and it drives me nuts.
Horizontal. Yeah.
No, like Trace zooms in on the player, so then like when the ball moves, it's still only watching the player. So I can't actually see if the player completed the pass or where the ball went. And don't make sure you can see the full field. You can see where the ball goes.
Yeah.
Those things a coach needs to know.
And of course, horizontal too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and-
Please use the horizontal. Not
Yeah, we'll get
vertical.
into that too.
Okay. Okay.
Horizontal footage only, no vertical footage whatsoever. And try to always keep, even if like you don't have Trace or VO that day for a game, but you need the game footage, try to always film up high if possible, on the bleachers or the stands. You can use your iPhone. They have really good quality. Just try not to film like super field level, because it's really hard for a coach to see positioning and things like that for game film.
And on top of that, of course, they want to see your high-level competitive game film. What we're looking for, I mean, now we coaches are looking for basically is the best level that you can play at. Normally, we can find here in the U.S. is club soccer. So let's make sure that we are using club soccer film. High school, it depends on the level. There's great high school teams, but most of them are not as good as club soccer. So that's one of the recommendations that we do is please put first the club soccer clips. And on top of that, always, if you're playing against a strong team, if you guys are out there in LA, if you play against LAFC, if you play against LA Galaxy, those great, I mean, big MLS Next teams, these are the games that coaches want to see you perform. They want to see you playing against. So it's very basic, but again, just make sure that you guys follow those little steps. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, and we can, I'm bringing it up to this slide. I know there's a lot to talk about in regards to positions. So we can go ahead and talk about the different positions and how each position should be showcasing certain skills. So you guys can go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, sure. I'll preface that every position, no matter what, you should always show your goals and assists as the first thing.
Yeah.
Because coaches need to win. I'm going to be real transparent. If you can score a goal or you did score a goal, you need to showcase that to coaches, because that makes you more valuable. That shows them that you can score a goal and you can help them win. If coaches aren't winning, they lose their job.
Yeah.
They get replaced. It happens frequently. It happened at my college. My coach got replaced. So always show your goals first and assists. That makes you valuable.
Doesn't matter the position. Though.
Yeah, doesn't matter the position.
If you guys zoom in, you'll be able to see that in forwards, wingers, outside backs, midfielders, center backs, just not goalkeepers, of course. But if you do have a goal, please put it in.
Or an assist.
But
I had one video where I've seen a goalie make a goal from all the way to the other side of the field.
Yeah, no, please put it in. I mean, it's very straightforward. If you can score goals, I mean, that's the point of the game, you know? So we do get a lot of people that come to me and they're like, no, please put this great goal in the end of my 6-minute highlight video. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, no,
okay?
we don't do that.
It's especially, we're gonna get to the point that you guys will see. It's another slide that we have here that most coaches, they only watch like 1 minute to one minute and a half of a highlight video. So that's the reason why we're trying to portray like always the goals, that says like your participations in goals that you have, great plays right at the beginning, basically.
Yeah, but go ahead and go over the other positions and what y'all are looking for.
As a forward, again, there's other things that you can do in each position. If you guys zoom in, you'll be able to see that I have link up play with midfielders with forwards, dribbles. It's really important for attackers, forwards and wingers in general. Creating space for runs in behind from wingers. Pressing defenders is really important. Counter attacks, hold up plays. That's something that me and Kelsey always talk about when we go watch a high level game. If you guys get to go watch Premier League, MLS, you see that the best forwards are the ones that can hold a 6'2". I mean, 6'2" is little. 6'5" center back. We went to watch Newcastle. I have a friend that played with me. We went to watch one of his games, and we were like, what the hell is this? We have like a 6'2" forward holding up a 6'5" center back, and you'd never guess, but I mean, he's playing Premier League, so I guess he can do that. So yeah, show speed. That's something else that we saw at the high level. And off the ball movement, that's for forward. That's only for forward. Then at winger, we have very similar qualities too, but then you can see some other differences, such as instead of pressing the defenders, we have tracking outside backs. We have creating overloads on the wings too. Again, it's very similar, but there are some little things that they change based on the position. Going to outside backs, I'm going like the top, yeah. So forwards, wingers. Let's go actually to midfielders. We'll go down to midfielders. Again, it's a little more similar to the attackers because it has a lot of participation in the attacking side, but then we start to see more of the defensive side of things, such as defensive positioning, transitional play going forward and defensively, but also attacking. We can see vision, creativity, combination play with the winger, with the forward. Passing range is really important. Long distance, short distance, winning 50-50s, again, going back to the defensive side. Again, you guys can see even for midfielders, goals and assists is really important.
Really important.
Then going to outside backs is a little similar to winger. Getting goals and assists, 1v1 defending, developing overlapping runs, crossing accuracy, pressing up high, marking the wingers. It's really important to show that an outside back is basically playing against the best players that are in other teams, so it's really good to show how they do defending wingers. I mean, that was one thing that my coach said right when I was graduating my college. I got a chance to go for a preseason time with the MLS side, San Jose Earthquakes, and I used to play as a right back. And my coach told me, he was like, look, this will be, you're literally played against the best players on the other team, so make sure that you are literally going as fast as you can, marking as hard as you can, because you'll be playing against the best wingers. So that's something that's really good to portray. Tackling timing, recovery speed. Then going to center backs, then we can see that now it starts to change a little more. Of course, we have goals and assists, with 1v1 defending, marking attackers, recovery speed. That's something that's really important. A lot of people think that center backs don't have to be fast, but
they have to be
very fast.
Because if you're going up against a forward who can run, I don't know, a 20-meter sprint in whatever X amount of time, you need to be able to beat him and get to the ball.
Yeah, so
one thing my college coach told me as something that will make you incredibly valuable as a right back, center mid, you either win the ball, you win your 50-50, or that player does not get past you. You are utilizing the yellow card, and they need to be stopped. You should not ever let anybody get past you, because my college soccer coach was a D1 men's coach, and he coached Premier League. So he said, utilize the yellow. That's why it's there. They should never pass you, and that's something that taking that into as you go through the club stage, if coaches see you using that soccer IQ, that makes you more valuable. And if they see that early, they'll notice that you have that knowledge, and that's better, because a lot of people don't see that. They see the yellow card as something bad, but defending wise, it's there for a reason.
Yeah, it might be helpful. And quality on the ball too. We did put it here that defensive players have to be good on the ball too. So make sure that not only you're focusing on defending, but coming out of the back with the ball. And that brings us to the goalkeeper side of things, which is what I talk to a lot of parents, and they're like, no, I just want to portray saves. And it's not so much about saves nowadays. We can see that the sport of football, it has been developing so much that everybody needs to be able to play out of the back with their feet. So not only center backs, outside backs, but having a goalkeeper that can play with their feet is really important. So that's something that we want to portray too in the video. We want to make sure, of course, that we have shot stop savings, diving savings, 1v1 savings, catching crosses. That's really important for the college level, for the professional level, especially with the athleticism that we have nowadays coming with international players, especially for England. There's a lot of big players, so I do get a lot of coaches talking to me, and they're like, I want to see how this player, even though he's small, if he's able to catch crosses against players that are going 6'5", 6'4", make sure that they're able to catch those balls, quick reactions, and like I say, on top of that, being able to play with their feet. They have to be as good as a field player, basically.
Yeah.
But I think we have
covered
all
the positions.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Really
But
great information. I think that really kind of puts in perspective what each position is important and what skills need to be highlighted and showcased. So really good information. So thank you so much. We'll continue with this slide. Did you want to add a little bit about this slide, Kelsey?
Yeah. So these are the tips to have a quality highlight video. These slides are taken directly off of my Instagram. So if you ever want to refer back to these things, just follow us over there. But basically the tips that I give are: have a good intro with a photo of yourself. We recommend like a headshot of you, either like from media day. I know most clubs do media day now where you're taking those professional level photos. So those are really good on your intro card. Or if you have a very nice in-game photo that's clear, like high resolution, put that on there. Coaches like to make eye contact with players, so if they can immediately put a face to the name, they'll remember you. Put all of your best clips first. We have another slide that's going to talk about how long a coach is going to watch, so your best clips need to be right up front to make that immediate hook and first impression. You need to be identifying yourself in every single play, not just the first few. Every single play needs to have an identification element. The Trace and VO cameras, they're up really high, and there's 22 players on the field. So if you're not identifying yourself, it probably will be challenging for a coach to be able to know who they're watching, because sometimes the VO footage is lower resolution and the numbers are blurry. They just can't tell, and that's okay. Music, use gray area, use it, don't use it. If you're going to use non-lyrical instrumental music that's upbeat, keeps the tone. Keep the video between 3 to 4 minutes so that they have more to watch in case they want to keep watching. Questions that I get from parents based on parts of the video: do I let the play continue to play if the outcome isn't a goal? The answer is yes. You want to show the play to its entirety until your action is no longer like in the clip. So if you played a long ball to your winger and the winger has received it, and now the winger is dribbling, you go to the next clip, because we're not recruiting the winger, we're recruiting you. So once the play is done in the positive for you, you continue to the next clip.
unless it is an assist.
Unless it's an assist, it's like resulted in a goal, or the play like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you contributed to a goal, then you can continue to show it. But if it's no longer like positive, you can go to the next one. The way you end your video, we put an outro card that has more information about you. So like your email, like an NCSA profile, phone number, things like that. Just things that weren't in the intro so that they can contact you at the end. And then what's better, high school or club? Always club. Club is always better, higher level. Coaches see it more close to the college level. So always put your club stuff. We know that there are high schools that have incredibly high levels of competition. So unless like the coach is, I'd say probably local to the area and you're in a high level of high school localness, then they know. But otherwise, honestly, coaches kind of see high school footage. They see it's on a football field and it kind of like is just...
And again, any
the
questions?
stereotype is lower.
And again, any questions, you guys can circle back to us. We have a lot of parents that come to us. Again, that's free. Just
ask us questions. We'll answer any questions for free.
Yeah.
Completely happy to do so.
But yeah, just ask if you guys have any questions. I mean, we have a lot of great high school. We don't have anything against high school, but there is a lot of great high school like IMG Academy, Montverde Academy, those are great schools, and like Kelsey say, not just local coaches, but coaches all over the country. They know if you play in a great high school. So it's not something like.
Yeah, we're not prejudiced. It's just that's what we hear.
But yeah, we can go to the next slide.
Yes, definitely. But what to include in your introduction slide? I know we did mention this, your name, your height. So just re-emphasizing what you need to have in your introduction slide. Is there anything else you want to add about this?
I think nationality is something that's really great that I want to touch on. I'm happy that you put it over there.
Yes.
I do get a lot of players that, I mean, this is the United States, so we have people from all over the world. A lot of players that are from the United States but have parents from different countries, they tend to want to put that they're Mexican, that they're from, I don't know, Spain. Don't just put that country only. Look, if you are an American, trust me, that's something that's really good. It's not like it's something that's bad and you don't want to portray. If a coach sees your profile and he only sees that your nationality is Mexican, he will treat you as an international. And that makes it harder for you, trust me.
So
being a domestic player is way easier than being international.
Typically, coaches can only recruit so many international players. So if you're a national to the U.S., that's better for you because it makes your recruiting process easier.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. And if you have questions about it, Julio came from an international country to the US. So he knows the international process really, really well. So if you have questions on that, like please reach out and we'll help you. But yeah, if you are, like he said, if you're from the US and you have dual citizenship, portray that on your intro card and don't just put your international status because it could limit and hurt your recruiting process.
Yeah.
Good to know. Very good.
And that's really good.
This is a fun one.
Yeah.
I love this slide. Okay, so the average retention time for a highlight video. Coaches, for an entire year of data that we have on our YouTube channel.
And we make about like 1,000 highlight videos a year.
Yeah, minimum. So this is a full year of data.
Yeah.
They're only watching, the actual average is 1 minute and 21 seconds. So your best clips need to be in the front, otherwise they're not going to see it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it truly is the truth. So 1 minute 30 is typically like what they're going for, and you got to make it count.
So, I mean, putting that in a basket is basically like put your best clips.
Yeah.
In the front. So
best clips up front.
Don't put the goals in the back.
Don't put the goals in the back. I'll find you if you put your goals in the back.
Okay, that definitely is something we've heard in so many of our panels. And when we talk about highlight videos, is the first few seconds is what catches the coach's attention. And the coaches themselves have said it so many times in our panels where they want to see the best for those first 6 seconds, or else they'll just keep moving on to the next. So.
Yeah, and I love that because basically we're putting data like right in front of us and being like,
a very cool, way to put that in that data. So you're collecting the data from the highlight videos that you guys are creating, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
So each year we typically remake this because I like to see each year, honestly, the coaches' data, because like I think like over.
Oh, there's so many.
I think I have like 900,000 recurring viewers on our highlight video from data. So like coaches will find videos and they watch it, and I'm like, I need to know the coaching data standpoint so I can update this and tell people, hey, now your video is only 1 minute.
Yeah.
Now you only have 1 minute to get it out there. So yeah.
And how, since these are like coaches that are actively looking on your site, like do they know which students or athletes that are still open for recruitment?
So on our YouTube channel, I have playlists of every single class, and I follow and I collaborate with every athlete that we work with. So when they post their commitment, I take them out of the uncommitted playlist. Yeah. So based on like I can see the data points on like how many. Obviously there's some gray area because not everybody posts that they commit, so there's some people I just don't know that they've committed, but I really try to stay up to date on every athlete because it's good for our data, because I can see how many athletes we work with that make a video with us that actually commit to any division.
Yeah, that's good data to have. Awesome. We'll move on to our third question: common mistakes that ruin highlight reels. So what are some do's and don'ts? We touched base on some of it, but I know that there's some that we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
So,
can you scroll down to the next one? Yeah, this is where I put all my juicy info. Okay, so do's: have your clean, concise intro with your photo, add your best clips up front, showcase the variety of your skills. This is really good because we're working on a video right now for a client. If you're a forward and you have like 32 goals for the season, that's really, really important for you that you tell coaches that, because that makes you very valuable. Yeah. But they also need to see other skills that you can do. Can you run? Can you pass? Can you do all the other basics? So what we typically tell people is make a goals highlight video and then make a all your other skills highlight video and send both of those to the coach and tell the coach in the email, hey, I've scored 32 goals this season, which is an immediate green flag, and they're most likely going to recruit you right away because they need a striker who can score.
But they need to.
But then tell them, and then tell them, hey, I have a second highlight video with all my other skills. Yeah. So
and again, not everybody's like that.
Yeah,
right?
And if you're not, we'll go over that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got that. I got that covered. Identity element in every clip. Mark yourself at the beginning. At the very beginning of the clip. That's good. I reminded myself. Some highlight videos I see from athletes that I put out on our free Recruit Me Monday service is they're marking themselves in the clip really late. Like they're letting the clip play out a few seconds and then they mark themselves, where that could be hard for a coach because the best part of the action might have already happened and now they're seeing you late, and that could confuse them. So one thing we do in our highlight video is the second you're on screen, like you come into frame, you need to be marked so that if you do a really good turn or you've checked your shoulders, they need to see that that's the player who they should be watching. So mark yourself right away at the beginning. Zoom in on the clips if you can, but still show like the field. So if the VO is really high up and you've got a ton of sky and a ton of the bench, try to zoom in on like the half that the action is happening so it's not too far away. Mm-hmm. Use clean music. Review all your game clips right away to find them. Yeah,
we haven't touched that part.
I haven't touched it, but I put it here.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have VO. I don't know if Trace or Taka is going to do it, but VO has started doing this really awesome thing where the game links are expiring and you can't get the game footage anymore. So right away after your game, make sure you go in and you clip out all the plays, not only for the reason that your game might go away forever, but also because you just played that game. So you know exactly when you scored a goal, or did you do a really nice give and go, or did you meg the defender? Yeah. You know all the really good things that you did. So you want to get that when it's fresh. And you also don't want to have to go back at the end of your season and clip 30 games. Yeah. That's a lot of work. And we talk to parents all the time who hate doing that.
Yeah. And on top of that I want to add on is for you to improve as a player in general.
Yeah, watch your game footage.
At the highest level that you're playing, I mean, that people play, and Premier League, MLS, whenever it is, even college, we had to do a lot of film sessions with our assistant coaches as players. So you need to watch it. You need to start early watching, because if you watch, you're able to find your mistakes. And again, they're fresh. You just had a game yesterday. Today's Monday. You sit down, you watch your game. You can find what mistakes you've done on the field. And again, it only takes you 2 hours. If anything, you put on 2 times, watching 2 times, it will only take you 1 hour. But you must do it. Again, if it is to cut clips, cut the clips. I mean, you can hit. How do you say? You can hit 2 birds with one stone. If it is for you to clip out the clips for your highlight video for the end of the season, and if it is for you to improve as a player, you must do that. It is something that coaches are looking into it. They want to recruit players that they want to learn more about the game. So it's just for your good.
And another.
How soon? I'm so sorry, Kelsey, for interrupting. How soon should you say? Start as early as possible, but. How soon? Like 8th grade, freshman year? What age should they start?
I'll stop it real quick. Just to have an idea, we started working with a player that was 12 years old. He now plays for Borussia Dortmund. So I'll give you that. That kid, 12 years old, started working with us, clipping his clips, making a highlight video. He worked his ass off. Like, he literally climbed the ladder. We started working with him. He was at LA Galaxy. I can say his name, Mathis Albert. He got to play in the Club World Cup with Borussia Dortmund, played throughout under 15s, 17s. Now he's on the under 20s with the U.S. national team. just so you have an idea, he was 12 years old and he started being as professional as he could at 12 year at that age. So what I'm gonna say is this is a game that's it's a worldwide competitive game. So you need to do it. I mean, of course, we were talking before this meeting started that you are a kid, you need to enjoy your childhood and everything, but there's a lot of competition. So there's not an age that I have to say like, hey, you need to start at 8th grade, 7th grade.
I'll start sending you my 5-year-old video.
Yeah, please do.
If you're on the fence about that and you're like, oh, that's too early, or you don't want to, that's okay.
Yeah.
One thing that I typically will tell like parents and stuff is if you want to play Division 1 soccer, you have to start early. That's just facts, because Division 1 schools recruit way in advance. They're starting probably recruiting now for 2029. Probably they're looking into kids, because that's just, they have to do that. Another thing is you need to start early, because now there's the NCAA roster cap rule where coaches can't have as many athletes on their rosters as they used to. So one, they're cutting players that they might have committed early, and they can't have a 30-45 player roster anymore to make two teams.
Or have a JV team.
Yeah,
There's no
so
more. Yeah.
you have to get in front of them earlier than you might have. Like, let's say back in 2013 when I was being recruited, I started my highlight video my junior year.
Yeah.
If today, I'd say, no, that's way too late. You're in the process too late. Now, I'm not saying if any of you haven't made a video yet,
You're not going to be
freak
recruited.
out. You're not going to not get recruited. But I'm saying it's better to start earlier, because you'll be in front of coaches sooner. I also hear a lot of parents say, but the coach can't talk to me yet. Why would I send my highlight video? Even though he can't talk to you, he can see you.
Yeah.
So you're on his radar now, versus if you started junior year and you started sending it then, because let's say player A who started freshman year, they've now taken your opportunity. We have a client who committed to Clemson, and she's what, 20?
She's a sophomore
She's
going
a sophomore.
to junior. Yeah.
So
it was like right after the day
like
that she
June
could
15th,
speak.
she got an offer to go to Clemson. So
And then committed,
because she started so early. So it's just start early. Let's just go with that.
So everybody in this workshop should have their highlight videos. Get that started if you haven't already. Each one of you guys should really start getting that put together, because it's important. And everybody here is starting 8th grade, so we start the college program at 8th grade. But we have 8th grade all the way to senior year. So definitely let's have you guys get started on those highlight videos if you haven't.
Yeah.
Then what are some tech tips that we can talk about? We are definitely going to go over the hour. So if Kelsey and Julio, if you guys are okay with that, then we'll probably go a little bit over. And obviously we want to let everybody know that it might go over a little bit. But go ahead. We'll talk about tech tips. What are, there's so many different softwares and different, editing programs. What are some tips that you can give if they decide to do it on their own? Obviously, they can go to experts like you guys who would be able to do something like that for them. But if they don't, what are some tech tips that they can use? Yeah.
So what the first thing I'm always going to say is make sure your footage is horizontal. Please don't ever use vertical footage in your highlight video. Coaches don't like that, and it doesn't look good. But the editing software that you can use is CapCut, iMovie. If you have a Mac, it's already built in and it's free. It's really easy to use. The more advanced ones are Adobe Premiere, InShot. Actually, I think InShot is free, more like DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, DaVinci.
But then Canva is okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but I think they have a movie side of it, so you can try that.
I mean, overall, the easiest one will be, I think, iMovie. And I think there might be one for Windows. I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now.
I don't know. I'm a Mac user.
But it should be, most people do have a MacBook, so I would say iMovie would be the easiest one for the uploading and sharing. Export as a 1080p, which is HD in MP4 format or MOV format. Depends if you use iMovie in your laptop in your MacBook or in your iPad. It really depends, but both of them work great. Upload it to YouTube, please. Upload it to YouTube.
Yes.
please. Google Drive is cool. You can do it. It's another option. YouTube, because YouTube is as easy as you put your name on it. You are going to show up, whoever puts your name on it. Google Drive, you need to send the link, the person can now. There's not a search option like there is on YouTube. So let's make sure that YouTube is where you want to put out. It's not hard, please. If most people do have a Gmail account, you can create a YouTube account. That's super easy. You can upload. There's various YouTube videos explaining how to upload a video to YouTube. It's not that hard. Same thing with those editing. I forgot the name. Softwares. There's a lot of videos explaining how to use these softwares. They're not very hard. So if you guys have any questions, again, you can ask us questions. You can go on YouTube and watch tutorials. It's super easy. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Again, include your name on it, add your grad year.
One thing I'd say is, don't make your YouTube video unlisted.
Yes.
This is a big thing that we get from a lot of athletes, that they're like,
especially nowadays, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know what's going on with the youth these days, but a lot of athletes are like, I don't want anybody to see it.
Yeah.
I don't want to promote myself. One of the biggest things I will tell you guys, I'd say like 50% of the athletes that we work with who get recruited come from a coach who was looking at another athlete's highlight video and they saw a recommended video in their side feed and it said the player's name and the position and that's who they are looking for, and they clicked on it, and then my description says to reach out to me for the player information. And we get coaches constantly saying, hey, can I have this player's info? Can I have this player's info? And it's because the video's public. So if your video's unlisted, you're limiting yourself. You're limiting your visibility.
Yeah.
Like, coaches are constantly looking at highlight videos on YouTube, and if your video is just right there, they could click on it, and then you could get a scholarship.
You're losing so many opportunities just not to unlist something or have your Instagram. That's something that we're not gonna talk in this about that much, but like, use your social media as your marketing tool. Like, please post your highlight video on your Instagram too. Post
anything. Post your clips.
Game
schedule. Post your CV. Post your practice clips.
Yes.
Like, the highlight video is used for the in-game stuff, but your social media, coaches are going to look you up on social media regardless. It happens while you're being recruited, and while you're in college, they're going to keep watching your social media. So utilize the tools that we have, because I wish I had this when I was getting recruited. Utilize it to your advantage to showcase yourself and make yourself more valuable to coaches.
So please, no posts on Instagram. Please, no like black photo, and like, please portray yourself. Be as professional as you can, starting early, because that can help in your future. Yeah.
And then the last tech tip is how to get that circle or arrow. You can Google arrow circle PNG on Google, and it'll basically give you one with a no background, and then you can just drag that into iMovie, which we can show you guys how to do that, and then boom, you got a circle or an arrow. So and if you have questions, send us a message.
I think that's what we're going to do next, right?
Yeah, so definitely we'll have like a live demo of it. So if you want to share your screen.
It's there, sweetie, in the middle. It's in the middle. It says share. It literally says share.
Okay. Are you guys able to see this?
Yeah, just click here. Yeah.
Okay, so here I'm on iMovie. We've done a project with one of our clients. This is Bennett. He plays for Nashville SC, MLS Next. You can see that we straightforward, like, already put an assist in the beginning, playing MLS Next.
Nice.
And here it's at IMG Academy. You see that I put 2 circles. It was just to show the second circle, and I'll explain it to you guys how to. Oh no! Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'll show it to you guys how to make that work. But basically, that's the player that we're working on.
Yeah. So.
How does it get to like the actual player on the screen though? Like, I know you dragged it on here. I'm sure others have the same question. Like, how did it get to that?
Oh, let me go ahead and show it. Okay, I'll keep this one in here just to show how it is. But basically, I go to Google Chrome, circle PNG. We'll find a PNG that. So I normally just click on it, and drag it out, and I can see that that PNG doesn't have a background. Other ones do. You see how they have like the white on it. So just make sure you get one that doesn't have the background on. Let me see if this one. Yeah, this one. So you see. And then once I have it, I'll go ahead and save image as desktop, download, whatever you want to choose. Then you can go on iMovie. Then you go to Finder.
And you drag it in
You drag
to
it
the
in.
project.
Yeah, and then once it is in, it kind of looks weird. Then you go picture in picture. And then after picture in picture, you go to this side and press fit. And now it should fit the whole thing on. Kelsey was just talking to me about it. She likes when there's no dissolve on. So we normally put like 0 in here. So it like pops up right away.
And then we do a second freeze frame. So I know there's some like Huddle and things that'll make its own circle.
Yeah.
I think those circles are too long. So the main thing when you're trying to make a highlight video and you're trying to identify yourself, you want to make it as quick as possible so the coach can see it, but it's not taking up too much of his time. Because we need to try to see as much of your gameplay as possible within the first minute and 30 seconds. So we want to identify you quickly, clearly, and then show the play and then move on to the next one. As you can see in so like once it's on the screen, you can just click and drag it to the player. Try not to like include too many players. Like that would be a too big circle because we don't know which player we're looking at. So you want to make sure you're only covering yourself and no one else. If you have to wait a couple seconds until you're separated from the players to then show yourself, that's another little good key trick I try to do.
But you guys will see in the beginning, like we had this conversation, Kelsey was saying that right after the beginning of the clip, we put the circle in because we want to show right away who the player is. But let's say if that player is in the middle of 3 players, we want to wait a little more.
Yeah,
And then
so kind of try to use better judgment to say if you were a coach watching this, how would you want to see it? You know, try to put yourself in the coach's shoes to make it the best viewing experience. But as you can see here, between our clips, we don't have any transitions or anything.
A lot of people add that, right?
From one clip directly to the next. So don't put any blur transitions. Don't put any fancy things because sometimes the transitions overlap the clip. I see this a lot with goalkeepers. They'll put transitions between saves or something, and it will just kind of ruin the clip because
I mean, we didn't see what happened in that play.
I didn't see what happened, and it will ruin the save because the coach can't see exactly where your footing was or how you went to save it. So don't put any fancy editing. We try to keep it as basic and more catered directly to the coach's needs and recruitment of the player and less of the kind of flashy editing of like, ooh, this is like a hype video or something. More like you're watching ESPN, you know, they don't do a whole lot of stuff.
And on top of that, if you want to do the freeze frame, which we have it here, would be you just put it here and then that's the way that Kelsey does, right? Add
freeze frame. So
add freeze frame,
you can click add freeze frame here. And then once you click on the freeze frame itself, you can change the duration at the top and then just go to 1 second so it matches the length of your circle. And then based on where your circle is, basically you can it'll do a second and then it'll go.
Yeah.
One other thing that was on the don't slide that I don't think we covered. So I'm going to move this. We probably cut it or maybe they didn't have it. But don't put your celebrations from your goals. If you score goals,
have to be that long.
Don't put your celebrations. It's too long. It takes up a coach's time.
Yeah.
Don't put your replays. If you have replays, don't put it. And don't put any slow motion. Coaches need to see exactly how you play. Slow motion wastes their time and it ruins the clip. And don't actually speed up the clip. So don't put it in like 1.5 times to where the players are going faster because that's not it's not reality, you know. So make sure you make it as real as if he's watching it in person. You know, in person there's no slow motion. There's celebrations, but obviously they're there. So try to keep it as realistic as if he's watching you in person.
Nice. Those are all really good information. I think a lot of things that maybe some of us didn't even think about that you're sharing with us. So really helpful. Let me go on to the last few slides, which are questions. I know I wanted to open it up for questions, but I think that we're gonna touch some questions that I think are common that Kelsey and Julio has seen before. So the first one is, how many highlight videos should I make? Which is actually a good question. So what are the number of highlight videos that you should be making as a athlete and someone interested in getting recruited?
Let me just.
Is there too many? Is there, is there such thing as too many videos?
I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't know if we did mention. If you guys have any other questions to put in the
chat?
in the chat too, that we can cover after that. But yeah, go.
Yeah.
Vanessa.
So honestly, as many highlight videos as you can. You can utilize the same intro. Like once you make your intro once, you can pretty much just save it and keep using it.
Okay.
Every single video you make should have an introduction card. I would never ever recommend that you leave it out, because the more repetition a coach sees your information, the more they remember you. But essentially, of your full season, we recommend one for each season. So for fall and for spring.
That's minimal.
Minimum, yeah. Minimum 2 per year. But every time you go to a tournament, you should be making a highlight video, because I actually had an athlete ask me once, should I send this to the people who didn't attend? Yes, because you should be emailing as many coaches as possible to come watch you play this tournament. And then you should email the coaches who did attend the highlight video, because they might have been distracted or on their phone. Coaches are crazy busy. They didn't make a game. They need to see your highlights or just remember. So email those coaches your highlight video, and then email all the ones who didn't attend and say, hey, I'm sorry you couldn't make it. Here's my highlights from the tournament. Hope you enjoy. Or give me your feedback. Great way to start a conversation. So always upload your clips no matter what, as many times as you can.
And I mean, I'll go back to my recruiting side that got me into having preseason time with San Jose Earthquakes. She was with me. We were starting today, and she was like, why do you spend so much time watching film? And again, I already told you guys, you need to be watching film. You need to be watching after every game. And on top of that, just because I was already watching film, I was already clipping it, and I was posting to get people to see me play after every game. So I was doing an every touch video right after a game, putting on YouTube.
Every touch videos are big.
So honestly, if you want to do the best that I would recommend is do an every touch video and post it. Trust me, in the end of the season, you're gonna thank me for that.
And a big thing that coaches will ask for right after a highlight video is full game footage. So you need to have that ready. They'll probably ask for every touch videos, and then they'll ask for raw, unedited clips. Because one thing that we can do as highlight video creators is we can make you look really good. Yeah. I can cut out every mistake. I can make you look like an all-star athlete.
Right.
But you're not going to get an offer based off of one video. No. The coach is then going to say, hey, send me your game footage, unedited and uncut, and there's going to be no way to hide mistakes. So you got to have that ready, and I probably have your best game ready to send them, because...
Again, if you're studying, you know which one is your best game. So that's another reason too.
Your film's is too important.
Yeah.
Very good point. What if I don't have game film? Ooh, that's tough.
So this is a big thing we're working on right now with transfers, with seasons coming to an end, or if you're injured. Julio tore his ACL, 4 years ago, I think?
5 years.
5 years ago. If you're injured and you don't have anything, or you're transitioning teams, we hear that a lot from club kids, that they're leaving one team and they're just not on a new team yet, but they're still like playing or practicing. Tell the coach that. Yeah. The communication part from player to coach is so important, and they'll understand your situation. So tell the coach, hey, I'm looking for a new team right now. This is all I have, and I will send more game film when I have it, but please look over this practice film.
Yeah.
We don't recommend, if you have game footage, to put practice clips in a highlight video. Keep it strictly game film, because that's what they want to see. They need to see you play competitive, high-level games. But if practice clips is all you have, go ahead and make a highlight video, but communicate with the coach your situation.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, if you guys have questions, please put them in the chat. We do have just a few that we can answer, but I would also like for the person who's asking the question to unmute and ask the questions at the very end. So I'll call on you. So please make sure you're asking questions in the chat. What if I don't have any goals?
Okay, I've been talking a lot, but this one's catered towards me. So through my recruitment process, I played center back for club and I didn't really score any goals, but I still got recruited to play at an NCAA university because of my highlight video. So if you don't have a lot of goals or you don't have any goals, that's okay. Your position is still important for a coach and they need you on their roster. So outside backs, center mids, whatever you are, put your best stuff in your video up front. So for me, my qualities that coaches wanted the most was I was incredibly aggressive. I wouldn't let anybody get past me. I would slide tackle like crazy. I made myself a force in the back line and nobody was getting past me. I was incredibly dominant in the air. I won 1v1s. I won the 50-50s. So take your best attributes, whatever they are, and make that the highlight of your highlight video.
Yeah.
Nice. What if I have a lot of goals?
No, we did explain that
we covered
before.
this.
We covered, we want to make sure that you have 2 highlight videos, one for goals and another one to portray your other qualities.
Your skills, yeah.
Perfect. What if the teammate made a mistake in the clip? Do we show the clip?
Yes, I would say yes. If you did cross the ball perfectly for him to tap in and he missed, still that works out. The coach is not recruiting him; he's recruiting you. So there's no problem on putting that there. But yeah, it's very straightforward.
Yeah. So.
Perfect. What if my footage quality is low?
Do you want to go on with that?
Yeah. So if it's low quality, try to download it in the highest resolution possible. I think on most of the cameras now, you can change the resolution in the settings. So always make sure that you're double checking the resolution on what it's on. 1080p is what you're looking for. That's the highest resolution you can. So make sure you download it in that. But if it's low quality, the day wasn't good, whatever the reason may be, download the footage if that's all you have, and again, tell the coach why it's low resolution, but still showcase it. When we were talking about how important and how early you should get in front of coaches, don't have the excuse of, I need to wait until I get more footage. Tell the coach now and get in front of them now, and then tell them you'll be sending them more when you do get it.
Just fix it.
I hear that so much from athletes. They're like, I just don't have enough right now. Well, how many do you have? I only have like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Okay, that's fine. Just send that to the coach so that he knows you exist.
That's enough to get started.
That's enough to at least like put you like a blip on the radar. If you're not in front of the coach, they don't know you want to play for them. They don't even know you exist. So how could they possibly recruit you?
Yeah.
Perfect. Should my athlete do a film player introduction at the beginning of the video?
That's you, babe.
It's a gray area though. I would never have like a no or yes answer, but for what I heard from coaches is it's not really necessary. A lot of people do, but again, we're talking about their time and how their time is valuable. They're not really taking much off of your 1 minute introduction. That 1 minute.
Are you talking about like the athlete introducing themselves?
Yeah.
So saying, hi, my name is.
Yes. I would say it would be much better for them to watch a 10-second intro with the information that they actually need and move on to playing. But if you have it, it's fine. It's not like it's not gonna get you recruited, but I wouldn't recommend, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's everything we have. I do want to emphasize making sure you guys follow, obviously, College with Mrs. Salazar, our sporting, and then also hashtagging Sporting California College Bound. But also make sure you guys are following staff highlights. So this is where you can find them, where you can, communicate with them, chat with them, and ask them questions. I highly recommend. They have such an amazing platform. And they have so much to offer. As you can see, just this 1 hour is not even enough to, give all the information. And they have so much to share. So I definitely recommend that you guys follow and even use their services. Maybe you guys can touch a little bit about that and share what your services are about, and then whatever you want to offer to our club members.
Yeah. So our main service is creating highlight videos. That's pretty much the main thing we do. We can answer any recruiting questions for free. We also can create tournament schedules, game schedules, things like that to send to
Resumes,
coaches, as well as player resumes. So they're called CVs, and that's what pro athletes typically use to send to pro agents and coaches. It's basically like a job resume for your soccer career. It just kind of says everything you've done in your soccer career.
Yeah.
And it's really good for tournaments. So you can print it out and you can hand it to coaches at the tournament, and they have something to remember you by. And then they have all of your player information on one sheet. And then it just really makes a good first impression right away, because then they'll take it home. You'll email them afterwards. Just kind of is really, really good follow-up for them. But then what I'll also tell y'all, whoever is still here, if anyone hasn't left, if you want a highlight video and you're on this live today, I will give you a discount. So just DM me if you want a highlight video and use like the company. Sorry, Nicole, what's your company called?
Yes, Sporting California.
Okay, tell me you're from Sporting California and you were on this live and you want a highlight video, and I'll give you a discount. But it only counts for those of y'all who are on this live. It is exclusive.
Nice. Very nice. We do have a few questions. I do want to see if we can have. Let me see. Oh, I do. It's actually just thank yous. But before you leave today, I do not want to be leaving yet until I want to hear something that you were able to learn from this workshop. So in the exit, before you exit in the chat, please give me your one quick sentence on what you took from this workshop. Maybe, something that you didn't know before that really helped you during this 1 hour and 15 minute of conversation that we all shared today. But definitely thank you to Kelsey and Julio for being here. You guys have no idea how much your knowledge and your expertise really impacts our athletes. So from Sporting California, we want to thank you very much for taking the time today. So I'll read some of the things that, once you give me your one sentence, you can exit out. But definitely thank you so much for taking the time today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you
so much. Everything you guys said was so useful. Thank you.
so much. You're welcome.
Coaches look at reels for 1 minute, 30 seconds. If that's something that they, didn't know. So that's something that they took away from today. It was helpful to understand the player identification and the identification in the clip. Very cool. If I have a lot of goals, make 2 separate clips. I love it. It's great to. Can you see the chat?
Yeah, it's going.
Okay, good. I'm glad you guys can see that.
Yeah, if you have a lot of goals, put that in your email. That'll make you a green flag right away.
Yes, that's something we didn't talk about. It's your subject in your email. It's really important to throw it in like your best thing. So I did a highlight video. I helped the player make his email, and the first thing that we put on it was he had like 40 goals in the season.
40 goals.
Yeah, so put that.
He was being recruited for Stanford.
Yeah, put that in your subject.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that kind of stood out to me was like it's kind of like your elevator pitch. Like when you're going in for a job, you want to be able to share everything about yourself in the first 45 seconds when you're in the elevator. Think of yourself being in an elevator with a college coach. You want to be able to highlight and showcase everything in the first few seconds. So that's what stuck out to me, was like it's pretty much your resume and your elevator pitch.
Can we go up a little bit? Somebody asked how can we contact you guys for a video highlight? So our Instagram is if you go up one slide.
I'll also put our
just put it there. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put our phone number and our email in the chat if you guys want to save that. But also our Instagram's on the left, so you can always send us a DM. But let me put.
And we'll continue to add their information and everything that goes out with my program. So I'll make sure to have all their information with all the new emails that I send out. I'm sure you guys all see the 100 of emails that I send out. So make sure you guys, one thing is following us, following them as well, reaching out to them through social media, and then just staying in touch with the college program. I think that's really important. I hope today you learned something valuable. We will have this video saved, and we'll be posting it on our website, and then hopefully we'll have little clips here and there that we can start posting through the social media platform as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But again,
Awesome.
thank you, Julio. I'm sorry, I said Julio in the beginning, but I heard Kelsey say Julio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since he's Brazilian, it's Julio, but
Yeah.
it's Julio. It's all
Either
the
one's
same.
fine.
It's fine with him.
Either one's fine.
Okay, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. This is going to be an awesome partnership and growing partnership with you guys. And we hope to see a lot more Sporting California players, navigate and use your resources, because I think it's a great resource. To have,
absolutely.
especially this college journey. We're all in this together, guys.
Seriously, we literally do this for you guys. We created this business because we didn't have these tools when we were going through it. He didn't speak English.
Yeah.
There was none of this in 2012, 2011 when I was going through it. So literally everything we do all day, every day is for the soccer community.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Okay.
All right, you guys could exit. I know I see a lot of you are still on here. But go ahead and exit the chat, and I will be sending out a email to follow up with everybody.
Awesome.
But thank you again.
Thank you, guys.
pause the-
If anyone has questions, let us know.
But I think that is it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I will follow up with you very shortly. But again, we'll stay in touch for sure.
All right.
right.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. Take care, y'all. Appreciate you.